They are more or less like the king of the roads, yellow. That's their defining color. Exclusive to Lagos, the center for excellence. In fact, they are the defining feature of Lagos. Quite a number of them are rickety, almost always unkept, but they are able to access just any kind of road, and quite affordable too. That's just part of the story of Danfo buses, as they are popularly called. Most people hate them, but they are still the popular choice of commuting in this city of over 15 million people. Some of the drivers of these buses are amongst the worst when it comes to abuse of road traffic rules, contributing to major traffic jams in the city. They work long hours, and most of them snap at the slightest provocation. The bus conductors are no different, often dirty-looking and very foul-mouthed. The Lagos State government is now moving to address these problems. It now wants both driver and conductor to appear neat and corporate. And so beginning from January next year, residents will see a different-looking driver and his conductor. Both will be required to wear uniforms, badges, and have identity cards.
With this new system, you have to pre-register and get a commuter passenger transit owner's license. Now, what that's required is that your driver too must be certified at a driver institute to be a public transport, that is a commercial passenger transport driver. Then the conductor who operates the vehicle now also needs to be registered as a conductor. So what we have doing in this regard is to make the public transport system operators to understand that they are professionals, public transport transport professionals. Now, by doing this, what it now requires is to give them a corporate outlook. Now your vehicle is registered. The driver is registered. The conductor is registered. Now let's know who are these people. So we now are also in agreement with the operator unions and associations to introduce uniforms. So when you are corporately dressed, you feel more of a professional, then the attitude will be better managed. Then we can give a better service delivery in our public transport. And that will encourage more people to use the public transport system. And by more people using the public transport system, the main objective will now come into it. That is to reduce the number of vehicles per kilometer of our roadway system, free the traffic, move more people within a particular short period of time, and get better service delivery.
Besides that, commercial bus drivers will also run shifts of 8 hours, after which they will retire for the day, giving way for another driver to man the wheels, as clearly stated in the Lagos Road Traffic Law of 2012.
Most critical part of our public transport system is the yellow buses, moving people from one point. And they've also contributed to gridlocks and traffic situation on our roads. And we believe a change of attitude on the part of the people who operate these buses and a change of operational model on the part of government will be of a great importance. So that's why we introduced the Lagos State Public Transport Management System.
On the streets, the reactions from the Danfo bus drivers is mixed. Here is what some of them had to say about the use of uniforms.
I welcome the uniform something. It will make you look responsible. To me, I don't know to other driver, to me, it will make you look responsible. And to make you look, because if you go to other country, that is the same thing, they use uniform. To make you, the passenger, they will not molest you, they will not talk to you. You know, it makes you look neat.
Your uniform is okay. I love it so much because it's going to bring a unity. One, it's going to bring a transfer of what we are doing. It's going to educate us more, and people will understand that this very thing is not a child play. It's a very union thing. So, because some people look at Danfo as maybe as a tout, but it's not a tout.
It's a welcome development because I see it as somebody looking tidy is a good thing. Okay, we see it, but if it is not something that will give us pressure.
If they will share the uniform free of charge, we accept it. But they'll collect money because of the uniform. You say, okay, driver will have uniform, conductor will have uniform. Understand me? So when you change a conductor, you go and buy another uniform for another conductor. And this particular time, we don't see conductor. Conductor is very scarce. You can't see them. So if someone don't have conductor, I think it's another opportunity for last man and police to eat from you. Where is their conductor? Because you don't buy 2 uniforms. Because buy 2 uniforms is generate money to them.
But while the policy on the use of uniforms is welcomed, it's not actually so for that which requires them to run shifts.
When you say you want to start 8 hours work, now I start my work in the morning, you understand? So I'm going to close by 12 to hand over for another person. And this is my car, it's my boss, and I want to hand over for a new driver. You get me? My idea is that they should make a microfinance bank in order to help drivers. You know, somebody who have a one boss, from there may need motor to make it 2 or 3. You understand? But having a one boss and for 3 or 4 drivers, you know, changing that from one motor can bring a lot of problem.
Like among all the vehicles you are seeing here, it belongs to us. And most of us, we don't like giving vehicle handover because of one thing or the other, most especially last man. A situation you give a colleague a vehicle for him to work for his own daily bread, then you'll be in the house waiting for him to come back. All of a sudden, they call you on phone that they have arrested the vehicle. You know what it looks like.
For example, my own bus I took, so I will not deliver it to a different driver. Because the way he will use the motor is different from the way I'm managing it. And actually the bus come through me, direct source. And the person that I will hand over to the bus will not take good care of the bus as I'm using it.
It's not just the Danfo bus drivers who have been reacting to the new policies. Even commuters who ride in these buses every day have also been weighing in.
The way the drivers are driving is terrible. So, but if there is a regulatory authority to monitor the way they behave on the road and away from the road, it's going to add a little level of discipline on them. Putting on your uniforms, at least you should be able to recognize a particular driver. Especially when you lose your materials, maybe you lose your loads and luggages. So many people have lost a lot of things in vehicles and have never found them.
It's a welcome development as it would bring about identity, you know, in the transport business in Lagos. As in, you can identify the driver and you can identify the conductor, so that anybody that is posing as them, you know, they can always be, you know, incarcerated and you know, they can fish them out.
It's just a few weeks to the new year when the policy will come into force. Everyone will be expecting to see a completely reformed driver as his conductor. But again, the key word is expectation. It only becomes reality when it actually happens.